Hello, my name is Annie, an AI avatar representing BetterMember to host your Sunday story this evening. Our story is of the photographer's secret. Let's take you to another place and another time. That place being East Liverpool, Ohio in 1911. The scent of developing chemicals always lingered on the edge of Clara Whitmore's memory. It reminded her of her father, Everett, who ran Whitmore Photography on 5th Street, just above the riverbanks. Everett was known for his careful portraits of families, weddings, and the occasional visiting politician. His reputation was spotless, his smile reassuring, his shop window filled with posed smiles and polished scenes. But few knew what he did after hours. Clara, now 16, had grown up among glass plate negatives and hand-colored prints, her world tinted in sepia. She loved watching her father work, his careful eye behind the lens, the slow tilt of his head as he composed a shot. He treated photography like prayer, a still and sacred ritual. Yet there was always one darkroom drawer she was never allowed to open. The spring of 1911 brought a wave of gossip and change. A strike at the pottery plant sent men marching down Market Street. The papers whispered of labor unions, of unrest, and of a missing journalist last seen near the tracks. But Clara found herself drawn instead to a quieter, deeper mystery. One night, while her father was away photographing a council meeting, she took a skeleton key from under the floorboard, a key she had seen Everett use only once. Her hands trembled as she turned the lock on the forbidden drawer. Inside were dozens of photographs, none like those in their front window. These were candid, raw, sometimes heartbreaking. Children barefoot in alleyways, an old woman asleep on a bench near the depot, a potter's hands cracked and coated in glaze, cradling a teacup he would never afford. Each photo was labeled, not with names, but with dates and small notes. Fanny, waiting for her son to return from Pittsburgh. Samuel, fired after 23 years. Lydia and baby, 3 days after the flood. Clara's breath caught. These were not paying clients. These were the forgotten. One photo in particular sent a chill down her spine. A man in a bowler hat standing at the edge of a train yard. The image was slightly blurred, but his expression was unmistakable. Fear. Beneath the photo, Everett had scrawled in shaky handwriting, "Robert S. vanished next day." The silence of the darkroom pressed in around her, and for the first time, Clara felt the weight of the secret she had stumbled upon. When Everett returned that evening, she confronted him, not with anger, but with awe and a trace of fear. "Why didn't you tell me?" she asked, holding out the photograph of the vanished man. He looked older in that moment, the camera strap still around his neck. "Because it's not for show," he said quietly. "It's for remembering, for giving voice to people no one else sees. Some of them, they were afraid. Some were running from something or someone. I didn't want you tangled up in it." From that night on, Clara helped him. By day, they captured smiles and stiff poses. By night, they preserved stories. Quiet tragedies, invisible injustices, lives lived in the margins. As Clara grew older, she dug deeper into those old names and notes, discovering newspaper clippings, coded journals, and untold truths hiding behind the photographs. Years later, long after Everett was gone, Clara published a book of the hidden photographs. She titled it "The Faces Between the Frames." But one photo remained unpublished, the man in the bowler hat. And sometimes, when the wind blew just right through the alley beside the old photography shop, Clara swore she could still hear the soft click of a camera shutter in the dark.